Alrighty then, we're here for another chapter of DanDaDan. This time, chapter 140, chapter title, How to Use Powers. Let's open up the chapter. Okay, we got where we left off with Momo destroying this giant chef guy, and he explodes into just a bunch of candy, just a whole bunch of candy. I see stuff like lollipops, like hard candy and wrappers, various is that Jello? Um, Cookies. We got donuts. Just a whole bunch of stuff. The next panel is just Momo from behind with just more candy everywhere. And the next page is more candy everywhere. You can still make out the chef's arms, but essentially he's entirely exploded into candy at this point. Next page is just the aftermath with all the candy that exploded out of him laying on the ground now. You can see a big chocolate chip cookie in the foreground. Alright. And Momo's laying amongst the candy pieces that have exploded, saying dot dot dot. And then she goes on to say, from a certain point of view, this is heaven. Indeed. Uh, Now it looks like she's possibly struggling to get out of the candy pile, saying, I'm stuck. I can't move. And then she says, exclamation point. And then we got Zuma trying to help her out now, saying, hung. And then she says, oh, as she's now being pulled out of the candy pile by Zuma. Okay, she's fully out now on her feet. She's saying, whoa, thanks. And Zuma says, nah, that should be my line. You saved my ass. And we got kind of maybe flashback to when he picked up the gold ball and he was looking at about to get attacked, I guess. Yeah, he was about to get attacked, so in the flashback to moments before, the chef was about to swing his rolling pin at Zuma. Also, there's frogs and Momo uh, grabbing onto that ledge of that candy she was climbing up before. All right, and then looks like Zuma was charging an attack now that he had the gold ball. And he says, "Why you? Why you? I don't know. Probably saying it more intense than I say it, but anyways, we got some sound effects. Uh, Pakak. Okay. And he's doing some kind of. I want to say umbrella, but like without the umbrella part, just the wires of an umbrella. I don't know. How he says, shit. Triple exclamation point. Uh, uh, and Momo says, what are you doing? Get him. I can't, says Zuma. My spiritual powers aren't back yet. Alright. And then she says, huh? Uh, and then, what is this I'm speaking? I used two umbrellas in that fight before. It'll be a while before my powers come back. Alright, so his umbrella is indeed damaged, so he can't use it again. Uh, and then the chef's bringing down the rolling pin. It looks like Zuma manages to dodge out of the way in time. There's like debris flying everywhere. He catches. He managed to grab a what appears to be a giant candy cane. And Momo says Zuma with a triple exclamation point, and then looks like Momo is doing. Wait, did Zuma or Momo get the golden ball? Because Momo definitely used her powers, but he was also using his powers. So which one of them had the golden ball again exactly? It was Momo, right? Because she finished him off. I don't know. And then this last panel is, I want to say Momo doing her attack that finished off the chef, maybe. And oh, okay. So she says, "Give me the ball." So he did have it, but uh, he passed it to her, and then he says, "Triple dot 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 with a triple exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point." As he's ready to toss the golden ball to her, and then he tosses it, and she catches it, and then she activates her powers. Uh, she grabs him with her powers, her arm, her big, I don't know, is it like a ghost arm kind of thing? I don't know. Yeah. And then he says, "Whoa," as he's being grabbed by her powers, and "What the hell is that?" he says. And then she doesn't really answer, but she's grabbing him, and looks like she's maybe tossing him up somewhere for safety, or no, she's grabbing somewhere up for safety while holding on to him. Uh, he's being dragged along some cake as this is happening, I guess. Um, he says, "Look out," as he's looking behind him. She's looking, like focused or whatever, and then get the chef, the rolling pin smashing. There's debris everywhere. It's we got Zuma surprised face, and then the another shot of the rolling pin smashing stuff with debris flying everywhere. And it looks like Momo latched onto the rolling pin, is launched up into the air as Chef is going in for another attack, and evidently, are we back to the present now with Momo giving a peace sign? And Zuma says, "You're like a wicked badass." "That I am," says Momo. "Don't underestimate me." Zuma responds, "Dot dot dot, yes ma'am." Uh, Looks like Momo is handing him the gold ball. She says, "Here." Uh, and Zuma says, "Huh?" "You can't give it back until you've destroyed this world, right?" Uh, "It is what it is. I'll let you borrow it," she says. Zuma says, "No, you can keep it. I mean, I've used up my powers for now anyway." Then Zuma goes on to say, "And you're way tougher." And she says, "Tee hee hee." Say it again, as she gives a peace sign. Um, and Zuma says, "Huh? You can keep it?" Not that part." She says, and then we got these little contract looking things. There's actually words on them this time. Okay, wait, hold on. They make a plink sound effect as they appear, I guess. Um, Zuma says, "Here's something else." Momo says, "Oh, God, this is so irritating." She says, and then she says, "Hmm? Question mark?" And then there appears to be the contract, but it's also next to what appears to be some kind of playing card, similar to what you might see with like a Yu-Gi-Oh playing card or a Pokemon playing card, where it's got it says Nom 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 Bongo is the chef's name, uh, with his title or whatever being Death. Oh god, some French word, I don't know. Uh, Death Patissier? I don't know. And it says for the description or whatever, or what his attack is, I guess. When you eat treats, you can use their powers. Okay. Do they have this ability now? They can use this card? And then there's some, like, fine text. But I'm not sure if it's legible. Well, it is kind of legible. It looks like it says, if I zoom in, it says, looks like when, maybe you I want to say eat treats from, let's say, this world. You can say maybe strengthen and or maintain, or I don't know. It definitely says something, but it's a little blurry. I can't quite make it out. Also, the chef has 250 wait 2,500 HP. His attacks are like strike and drill. All right. And then the scroll next to this card says, "You've acquired a new card, Nom Nom Bungo. When you eat treats, you can use their powers." Okay. And then Zuma's reading it. When you eat treats, you can use their powers. Question mark. And Momo's picking up the card, looking at it closer. Uh, she says, "Huh? What is this? What does it mean?" Uh, uh, and Momo goes on to say on the next panel, "I wasn't really paying attention to these things before. Is this some kind of hint about the game?" Uh, and Zuma replies, "Cool, let's have a bite and see." I don't know what he's biting into. Oh, it's a donut. Okay, he takes a big bite of a donut, a big chomp, and then a nom nom. Momo asks, "Well?" Question mark. Zuma says it's yummy. That's not what I'm asking. Says Momo. Uh, and then she says, "Ah," as he turns around. Uh, and she says, dot dot dot, dot dot dot, what is it?" Says Zuma. Your legs are donuts. Oh my, yes, his legs have turned into, it kind of reminds me of the Michelin Man, but donuts, and his feet are donuts too. Um, okay. And, he says, "Whoa." And then he says, "Wait, wait, how do I turn them back?" Mo says, "Ha ha ha, that's hilarious, actually." Looks like he has springy jumps with these donut legs. Okay. As he says, "Whoa," as he bounces up into the air with a zwip sound effect. Okay. And he says, "Oomph," as he crash lands back on the ground. He does not nail the landing. He lands face first, essentially. She says, "Holy," with a triple exclamation point. "You're bounce man." Indeed. She goes on to say on the next panel, "So that's how this power works. Now, what if I try some candy?" As she holds a lollipop and about to lick it. Uh, she looks at it and then she says, "Hmm." And then her hands turn very sticky. Very, very sticky hands. She's, "Whoa. I've gone all sticky." Indeed. And now she's her foot's stuck to the candy that she was standing on. She says, "Jesus, this is wait, Jesus, this totally sucks. Uh, I can't stand up for real," says Emma. When I stretch out, when I stretch or bend, I go flying." All right. Um, and she says, "How do we go back to normal?" Uh, and she's thinking about it. Dot dot dot. Cards. Dot dot dot. That reminds me. Dot dot dot. She's pulling something out of her pants, or rather, Zuma's pants that he borrowed her. Um, she pulls out this thing that looks like it has a bunch of like gods or something, but it looks like two of them filled in. One of them being the knight that they defeated originally, and the other being the chef that they just defeated now. Judging by this, there is one, two, three, four, five more, but two are like different symbols and aren't don't look like gods or whatever. So I don't know. There might be one, two, three. Yeah, there might be five, or there might be seven, depending on what these other two are supposed to be. Actually, judging by the arrangement, I would say potentially these two filled in ones are the same as these two unfilled in ones, so there might be two more giant ones and then five more smaller ones that they have to defeat essentially. Um All right, and then as Mom was looking at it, she says, "Aw, there are more pictures now. Um, it looks like they actually have a card for the night guy too. We're not getting a clear look at it like we were the other one, so I can't quite read it. But yeah, the two cards they have are right next to each other. This is that. Da 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 da. First guy we beat. She says, um, she says, "Whoa!" As she's now holding a shield that looks similar to the shield the night guy had, and also her pants have fallen down, evidently. But it's fine because the shield is blocking whatever we could potentially be seeing, which I don't think is anything because she was technically wearing a skirt under it, anyways. But anyways, she says, Zuma. Zuma's laying on the ground. Look, this card. She's holding out the card she was holding. Pull up your pants. Says Zuma. Indeed. Uh, as she's standing there with her pants down. But it's fine because she has skirt. So, um, try touching this dark night card. She says. Here goes. And he touches the night card. And then now he's holding a shield, and his legs have gone back to normal. I was freaking out, says Zuma. As he's beginning to stand up, I thought I was gonna be donuts for life. Oh, and Momo says, "Oh, I touched it again, and it turned back. I see. So we have to fill in these four circles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So the big ones, and then there's the five smaller ones. Those could be nothing, and it's only the big ones that are important, possibly. Um. So yeah, I see. So we have to fill in these circles, right? And then Mo goes on to say, we gotta defeat all these boss type dudes. And once we've got them all, then we've beat the game. And then she goes on to say in the next panel with her pants still not pulled up. I forgot to tell you, I used to wait. I used a special move too, so I won't be able to use my powers for a while. Uh, oh yeah, the Momo Tri Beam or whatever. I guess you can only use it so much. And then Zuma, as he's standing up, says, "Seriously? Also, pull up your pants." And then he's looking at the card while standing up. Now he says, "Well, we'll have to use these as much as possible. Let's try out lots of different treats." Um, looks like it says something on the back of the card, but I can't make it out. Um, possibly there's like a D and a B I can make out, and an A, but I can't make out the rest. Yeah. I can kind of make out that small text that I couldn't make. Oh, wait, no. Wait, hold on. They get a closer up view of it later on. Let me just keep reading. We can eat all the treats we want without any guilt, says Momo. She has three hearts above her head and her pants are still not pulled up. With a question mark, says Zuma. Where'd my Geta sandals go? Of all the exclamation point replies Momo. Then she goes on to say, "You're kind of a head. Wait, you're kind of an airhead, aren't you? Um, like you're one to talk," replies Zuma. Okay, now we can finally make out this small text I couldn't read before. So it says, "When you eat things from this world, you can become a resident of this world." Okay. I kind of mostly read it. I mean, I definitely got read most of those words like the first time I was trying to read it when it was like not zoomed in. I definitely got like when you eat like things in this world, more or less. I had that like correct, and then forget what I was trying to what I said for the bottom line, but I think I had that maybe pretty close too. So I wasn't too far off. Anyways, that's the end of the chapter. Pretty interesting. We got a new card aspect. And there's apparently 2 more big bosses to fight, and depending on if these smaller ones are anything or just general kind of design aesthetics that don't mean anything, there might be 5 of those or nothing at all. But at least we got 2 more big ones for sure. All right. So that's cool. It's a very fun arc, I gotta say. Yeah. All right, end the recording.